I was now in 6th class and the important primary cert exam beckoned at the end of the year. Regardless of homework, there were jobs that had to be done around the farm and around the house. One of these involved bringing in turf from the newly built turf shed. It was this task I was performing one particular October evening, around dusk, when my father came out to me. "There'll be no more of that from now on." His voice was full of emotion. "What do you mean?" I looked at him closely to see if he had drink taken. "I want you to have an education and chances in life that I never had." He threw his strong arms around me and held me so close that I could easily smell him. "I've enrolled you in Newbridge College and you're to start in the morning." We finished offloading the barrow and he wheeled it into the house, grinning at me all the way. I walked in beside him, not knowing what to say or do, but loving the closeness. I intuitively knew that my life was about to change significantly as I sat down beside the range. My mother half lilted, half sang "The Owl Lamb is Fair" as she plugged out the iron and laid out my white shirt for the following morning. Dominus Domine Dominum. The others in the class had a 9-day start to me. They were on page 5 of the Latin textbook, with its 6 cases of the second declension singular to be learned off by heart. White-robed Father Clondillan noticed the new boy and raised his hand to interrupt the recital in order to welcome me to first year in Newbridge College. I joined with the others as we resumed in unison. Domini, Domino, Domino. We spent the rest of the class writing out sentences with the correct use for the Latin word for Lord, with which I was already familiar from hearing Dominus Vobiscum, used by the priest in Mass. The bell rang, he gathered up exercise copies and went out the door. The others then became somewhat apprehensive because Father Cassidy, or Hoppy as they called him, was next up. He taught maths. I looked up when I sensed the silence. There, framed in the doorway, stood all 5'0" of him in his white habit. I couldn't believe that someone so small had caused such apprehension. Over the next few years, this cross-looking man would teach me maths and English and earn my total respect as he did so. Up to this, the college was the place where I went to 9:30 or 12 o'clock Mass every Sunday. I didn't know anyone who went to school there, yet here I was. I'd heard my father say the fees were £30. I'm not sure whether this was per term or per annum, but it was a substantial sum for the times that were in it. The understanding was that I had to buckle down to the books. Most of the students were boarders, but the ginger-haired boy I found myself sitting beside told me that he too was a day boy. His name was John Hurley, and I quickly worked out that he was our doctor's son.